other with. And what is the deepest problem is when you have a sexual relationship with a person that is deeper than what you think, yeah? Because there is a willingness to look after this other person for life and all that, and after the child there is an intention there. But then when something like a different of habits come in between you, that is of course a very great loss for one party or the other. And that is the case when you are separating after this, because she's addicted to smoking and I couldn't tolerate that. So she had that choice, you know, and it was hard for me, but I did do this. So no wonder she was realizing what she did could have changed her life if she would have given up the smoking. Yeah? And so this is the sad thing. And I had another young lady, we had no sexual relationship whatsoever, not even kissing, and we were the best of friends. And she then told me, come please with me and meet my new boyfriend, or my existing. He is African, because my father doesn't like that. And I met him, and he was very nice. And there was another friend from Africa there in Germany, in Cologne. And then it turned out she did actually, in fact, marry him. She had 2 boys of him, 2 boys. And later on in England, when I stopped and asked some African students, black-looking students in the train, do you know a Dr. Oyogi? Yes, yes, we do. A very famous philosophy professor in Nairobi.
Oh.
And I heard the same thing. That was in England.
Yes.
And here in Shenzhen, I talked to some Africans 6 years ago. They, do you know Dr. Oyogi? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And I thought then I could meet him when we lately went to Nairobi. I tried my best, but it wasn't possible.
Did you meet him?
No.
Why?
I delegated to some subordinate black people to follow it up. I have my suspicion he is now too old and he may have died.
Oh.
It's my age, 80.
Oh.
And that could have happened, and she may have gone back to Germany, I don't know. But the boys were very good to him, her children. And she was a manager of the Goethe Institute in Nairobi.
Wow.
So that was one friendship. And I had another friendship which never ended up in kissing or anything. I went out with this young girl, she was my age, before at Malaysia. And we did weddings together, everything, the photographs. And I couldn't touch her, not because she wasn't looking good enough, she was skinny and all that. I thought she was too pure. She was a religious person.
Oh.
I said, only when something serious is, then I will. And we were the best of friends, and we went traveling in the car and up walking in the forest and all that. She trusted me completely, and I never used her. And she was a nanny for rich people. And I thought she was Catholic, very strict Catholic. But what a good character, very evolved, So that's the other experience, and I know she wasn't the right woman for me because I needed hardship to learn.
Yes.
My plan was I had to be tested, I had to be hammered. She was too perfect, yeah. That's what you find too, when somebody is too perfect, it's not suitable for you, yeah. So we need to be very aware of that whatever is coming to us, there's a reason we have agreed to that in the other life, before we came into this body, yeah. So all is in that sense perfect the way it's meant to run. And we have to be humble and grateful with our life, what we had and what we learned, and get ready to die peacefully and with curiosity, of course. And that's it, that's life. Life is the greatest opportunity for us to transform. And also we can, by our action, we can influence others. Yeah. So we need to always make sure they are of pure motive and all that. So therefore life is something you don't throw away. So I'm not for suicide or anything like that. I want to keep this body going as long as possible, yeah, in order to be serviceable to others. And that's what we think we should do. Yeah? We should be serviceable to others.
And I think you are doing great, Norbert.
Oh.
You have been doing a great service to humanity.
I think I've done a few things that I disregard to be not perfect. I haven't done everything perfect, but I'm getting better in my goals, and I am more content within myself. Just because I haven't got the things that I used to have, doesn't matter. You know, I had practically everything. You have no understanding how many tools I've had. I had welders, cranes that can lift engines out of the car, a lathe that can machine things. I had all that.
Wow.
Drilling machines and other machines. Then to run across the land and chop the soil open. I had all that.
Wow.
Like a real farmer. 29 fruit trees on my land. Yeah.
Wow.
No bananas, no avocado.
Is it in Germany or Australia?
Australia, Tasmania.
But right now you already sell that land, right?
I sold everything.
Yeah, you already sold.
And it's funny. I've got nothing to go back to other than my son and my daughter.
Yeah.
But the Chinese friend said, because I lent him $300,000, he said, you can live here in one room anytime you want.
That's very
I
good.
gave one room. They bought a 5-room bedroom house, and one room they reserved for us. I thought that was good.
That's
He
very
sold
nice.
all the place, all the items, the cars, and everything while we were in China.
Yeah.
You know. So how can I argue with that?
I think life is already short. We just live and serve to other people.
That's the most important thing.
Yes.
That we can love others and show them how to deal with this life, and be a good role model, be a good example.
Yes.
So important, you know. Be a good example for others.
And today they give us back. Out of our service, they give us Adidas back.
Yeah.
So they are also very kind.
Yes, no doubt about that. Put it here,
Yes.
I got here another tenner.